time. So even if they don't get the event win, they're right up there putting pressure on the other team. You'd love to see it from a team that has reloaded with new athletes on their competitive team, but still looking to go back to the games for a fourth time.
Team event number 6 presented by Ramwad. We have a relay style with a female-male order. Got those hang, squat, snatches, and gymnastic complex, and we saw just is going to get grippy for these athletes.
Oh yeah, and as we get further on in the workout, barbell gets heavier, gymnastics get more complex.
Your lane assignments for CBD, MD. 5 and 6, your top 2 teams, and even in lane number 7, I loved yesterday's competition with 2 first-place finishes that vaulted them up into the top 5.
Yeah. I love it's going to enjoy this one because of their individual talent. They were the top-ranked athlete, 21.3, that had a ton of gymnastics, but really some of the attention is going to have to go to Omni, your overall leader. And then obviously, I'm looking at Timberwolf CrossFit in lane 8. They're the team on the bubble right now. If they're gonna put some pressure on 8th Day Gym in 5th place, 22 points back, you gotta make up some ground here.
Tommy, as you said, we say all the time is that you can have great individual athletes, but in a team setting that often gets negated, except for events like this.
Yeah, the relay, you really, especially with the varying movements with each leg of the relay, gives some teams to kind of move the chess pieces around and really highlight the individual strengths of these teams, which you get a little taste of as part of the filtering process, because in the open, it is just a collection of individual efforts. So there's a place for these types of tests within the framework of a team competition, because it's also one of the things we filter for in the lead up to this stage of competition as well.
First female athletes for the teams will start with a 12.96 of hang squat snatches at 85 pounds, and then a 3-2 sets of 3 toes to bar, followed by 3 chest to bar.
One of the things I think these relay type events really accomplishes is forces these teams to be better well-rounded as individuals. You can't really hide anyone anywhere. We've actually seen a team finale, or one of the setups for the finale when they did a 2-parter on the floor in 2015, be utilized when that was actually the event that catapulted Mayhem to their first overall affiliate cup title. And so kind of lean into some of these relay events to really force teams that, hey, you've got to build strong individuals as the foundation, and then build the teamwork from there.
Eight of your 10 teams already into their second set of hang snatches, and early it is Omnia. Already done with their 9 snatches. So move to the pull-up rig for 3 sets.
Experience the thrill of Broadway once again at the Orpheum Theater from April 27th through May 15th. Visit ticketomaha.com to get wicked.
Of that toes to bar, chest to bar complex, 3 reps apiece. And Tommy, you said in heat number 1, you've seen something like this similar in past competitions. Not in a CrossFit competition, but I do like this 3-3 combo as opposed to a 1-1.
Yeah, especially with some of these gymnastic moves like toes to bar, like chest to bar, it's such a rhythm thing. You have your set kick, and by putting small chunks and forcing you to switch movements while still on the pull-up bar really disrupts the rhythm. Adds just another little mental nuance in terms of strategy, how you're going to attack this event.
Just saw Timberwolf CrossFit. They're on the outside looking in, and not by CrossFit sitting in 6th place, 22 points out of that 5th and final qualifying spot. If you look at the point system that we're using, that could be the difference between a 1st and 5th place position. So only 4 spots separating a 20-point gap. And they don't have to make it all up in one event.
Yeah, you just got to chip away here. You're hoping that, with 5-point spreads between each placement here, a couple of spots here or there, gives you 10, 15 points, keeps you within striking distance. You don't want to have to rely too much on the other team, so picking up a few points here would be crucial. You see the Timberwolf CrossFit lineup has drastically changed over the years. Anthony Davis, who we saw make a splash on day one, he was a former member of Timberwolf CrossFit. They have had a host of different quality individual athletes on their team. Paige Semenza, Andrea Nisler, both on a squad that finished inside the top 10 back in 2017. Roger Colvin, a few athletes that has been consistent on this team throughout.
First male athlete onto the field for Omnia. Your first place team overall after 5 events. I want to say thanks to our friends at Thorne. Visit thorne.com and check out the official supplement partner of CrossFit. Trusted by U.S. national teams and more than 100 professional sports. Teams sending out their first male athlete. They'll perform the same rep scheme as the women did. This with a little heavier weight. 115 on the bar for the men.
An 8-day gym in terms of trying to fight for that 5th and final spot. They're ahead of Timberwolf CrossFit right now. Their first female athlete crossing the line.
Time to beat 19:24, set by 3 Kings Keystone. Lane 19 Density. They're sitting in 8th place. As Timberwolf CrossFit in lane number 8 just got their first female athlete through. And they're trying to chase down 8th Day Gym. Currently behind the pace. As I said before, they're 22 points out. In fact, 23 points out of a 4th or 5th place position because I Love It is sitting in 4th at 378. 8th Day Gym, 1 point back at 77.
And Omnia just continuing to cruise. The male athlete making quick work of these hang snatches, looking like the final boss in a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie.
3 toes to bar, 3 chest to bar is the gymnastics complex for your first 2 athletes.
We just saw Bishop Stevenson have to run back and hop up on the bar for 3 chest bars. He actually got confused on the order there. He did 3 toes to bar, thought he was done.
You see this slipping Omnia. I said before, just how grippy this event gets. And it's not actually the gymnastic part that's the grippiest part. It's those hang snatches.
Especially if you're, so some athletes you'll see with the short bar are still able to kind of keep the bar tucked into their hip pocket, and they don't have to let it slide down their quad into more of a low hang snatch. If you're able to do that, you're basically allowing the shelf of the hip pocket to support the weight of the bar there. It gives your grip just a little bit of a break versus you see the athlete here letting it slide down a little bit. That's tension on the forearms and on the grip the entire time.
In this heat, with 3 teams, really the point spread between second down to 6 is only 33 points.
They do the incredible, help save lives. So can you. Your CSL plasma donation can help create new medicines. And you can be rewarded for your time. Help save so many lives. Donate at CSL Plasma today.
And with this point system that we have,
10 seconds.
as Move Fast, Lift Heavy crosses the finish line for their second male athletes,
One.
the point system is
Done.
5 points per place.